Hello there, you. This is Andrew from IELTSpodcast.com. I'm one of Ben's colleagues. First of all, I'd like to say sorry for taking so long to send this back to you. Your email was overlooked, unfortunately. But now we can continue. Let's get you up to the band you need. I saw your comment earlier that you only got a 6 for writing. So what I'm going to do first is open up the mark scheme and sort of try to show you why you might have gotten a 6, and then we can see where we can go from there. So here we can see the difference between a 6 and a 7 described. So for people who are not IELTS examiners, like me and Ben, we have to use these verbal descriptions of the bands to decide whereabouts you have performed. So you can see for both a 6 and a 7, you must address all parts of the task. So that means every single section of the question must be covered. In band 6, some parts may be more fully covered than others. But for band 7, you must present a clear position throughout your response. You must not have any parts that are irrelevant or extra. Everything must be related to the question. So for a 7, when you present an idea, you extend it and you support it to make sure that your idea has focus. Now, even for a band 7, you're allowed an absence of some focus. But if you slip into being undeveloped or unclear or repetitive, undeveloped, unclear or repetitive, not fully covered, then you drop to a 6. So this is just in the task response. This is actually the easiest part to score well in, because all you have to do is respond to the question. So rather than thinking about all the ways in which you can score highly in IELTS, you should be thinking about the question, and only the question. Here, when we're answering the question in the cohesion and coherence section, which measures how well your essay is strung together, how much sense does it make, how much flow does it have. So in order to get a 6, you must have a clear overall progression. Some of your cohesive devices may be faulty or mechanical, but only some. And your paragraphing needs to be there, but it might not be perfect. But to get a band 7, you must logically organize all of the information with a clear progression. You must use a range of cohesive devices appropriately. So there mustn't be any nonsense in there. Even though you may repeat yourself once or twice, that's it. And each paragraph must contain a clear central topic which has been supported, extended, etc. So a clear central topic. So as you can tell, we're just talking about things like precision, accuracy, clarity. So then when we get to the lexical resource section, the difference here is whether you have just about managed to answer the question, or whether you have actually managed to sufficiently answer the question. Were the words you used adequate or sufficient to answer the question? Were they just about okay, or were they good enough? That's what we need to focus on. So then we have, as well, less common lexical terms with some style and collocation. You may still have occasional errors, but they must not be more than occasional. In grammar, again, we get down to the area where it's about making few errors. To get a 6, you have to make sense. So even if you've made a lot of errors, as long as your writing can still be read and we still know what you meant, then you can get a 6. But to get a 7, you may only make a few errors. So here, it's about error reduction and getting things across completely and smoothly. And here, it's about accuracy and precision and thinking things through and organizing things properly. Because these are all very valuable skills in academic writing. Precision, accuracy, style, all of these things need to be practiced. So let's not focus too heavily on scores and think more about the skills that we need to achieve those scores. How do we become accurate and precise and stylish? Well, let's see if we can do that now. So, I won't concentrate too heavily just yet on small errors. I'm going to work through some of the bigger pointers, and then in future essays, I'll go down to the fine grammatical details. But for now, let's focus on the bigger stuff. So, your conclusion. As we can already see here, your conclusion is only one sentence. Your introduction is a little longer than it should be. This paragraph's longer than it should be. This is shorter, and this is really short. So this tells me that maybe you didn't plan your essay, that maybe you just started writing. And when it got to this point, you realized you were running out of time, and so you cut it down here. So what we see from that's very much a feature of a level 6. When we get down to here, uses paragraphing, but it's not always logical. So a paragraph, really, because a paragraph is about expressing a single idea. So we introduce the idea, we give a little bit of specific information about what we think about the idea, and then we support that opinion with an example or something from the real world that demonstrates our point, and then we wrap up the paragraph by telling everybody what that all means. What do those 3 sentences together mean? So we have an intro, this is the idea, and then we have an opinion, this is what I think about the idea, and then we have to tell them why. So with this example, we can see, therefore, that all of this is correct. So the summary sentence at the end. Excuse me. So as you can see, if you're doing that, then your paragraphs would all be fairly similar sized, particularly your body paragraphs anyway. So let's have a good look again. Another thing is to depersonalize essays. We should say I as infrequently as possible. Sometimes it's necessary because the question will ask you for your opinion, and in the task and achievement section you must address all parts of the task. So if it does ask for your opinion, you must give it. But it's generally good to take any I references out and word it a little bit differently. So what's this then? When comparing the pros and cons of both options, I can see a stronger benefit to job changes, to changing jobs. There we go. I can see a stronger benefit to changing jobs at least once throughout, I would say, a career as well. Throughout a career. So here, when comparing the pros and cons of both options, it is clear that changing jobs at least once in a career brings benefits. So we've depersonalized it. We're referring specifically to the point itself and not about what we think about it. So you can give your opinion without saying I. You can just state something. You can say it as if it were true, as long as you back it up properly. People will not be convinced by a undeveloped argument. So let's have a go. Well, having just had a good look at your body paragraphs, what I would say is that we need to find a way to balance these, to make sure that we are developing both ideas fully. So for instance here, there should really be a more explanatory sentence to explain these first 3. So referrals playing an important role in hiring, talking about networking becoming more important than ever. Building professional connections is referred to as networking. So you can just say, networking has become more important than ever. Isn't that nice? So sometimes, by using a precise word, you can eliminate several other words, because it's always good to use as few words as possible. So your first body paragraph has been slightly overdeveloped, and that's resulted in you not having enough time to properly develop the rest of your essay. So to solve that, let's plan an essay. Now, it only takes a very short amount of time to plan an essay, so don't worry about time. You can do it in about 10 seconds. but I will run through very quickly what we should be doing. So it's clear that you already know that we need 4 paragraphs to express an essay, to express a conclusion. So let's choose a simple question. So just for this example, something really easy. Some people think that eating pizza every day is great, while others disagree. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So you've been greeted with this question, and you know that this is the structure you have to use. So the first thing you should do is tackle these. So let's get rid of those, and now we can see that we need 2 ideas related to this. So first of all, do we agree? Well, no, I don't. I think that eating pizza every day is bad. So the body paragraph 1, the idea needs to be, because I'm considering both sides of the argument, body paragraph 1 needs to be why pizza is great every day. And then the next one is why pizza is not great every day. So what have we got? Why is pizza great every day? Well, it tastes good. It's enjoyable. It's social because you're sharing. It's easy and convenient. I think that's enough. And then, why is pizza not great every day? Okay, that one's really easy. It's unhealthy. It's expensive to eat takeaway food all the time. Why else is pizza not great every day? It creates a lot of waste. Through all of the cardboard boxes, it creates waste. So, unhealthy, let's break down unhealthy. No, wait. Okay, no, we'll leave it at that. So, given that pizza is great, because it tastes good, it's enjoyable, it's social, sharing is inconvenient, but it's not great every day. So which one of these ideas is more important? I think this one. But I think these ones are important as well. We need all of these things to make us feel nice, otherwise we get depressed. Now, the mistake here would be to try and include all of this. That's not what a paragraph is for. A paragraph is to express a single idea. Why pizza is great every day, and then we need to pick related things. They need to be very closely related. So what I'm going to go with is, I think I'm going to link these two together, because they're all about fun. That's all about friends. And convenience is a big one. So which one of these... So it's enjoyable. There we go. We can just do this. Idea 1, it's enjoyable. Idea 2, it's social. And idea 3, it's convenient. Unhealthy, expensive, and wasteful. Now this is only taking so long because I'm explaining it to you in great detail. When you go to do this, it will not take you very long at all. So now that we are familiar with the ideas that we're going to use, we can start to write. So first, let's go with our intro. Given that we've already fully considered this, it should be quite easy to write. So many people feel, or shall we say believe? Let's say believe. Believe that they can exist entirely on a diet of pizza. While I believe that food should be enjoyed, it is, I tell you what, it is responsible to eat well. Let's say more responsible. It is more responsible to eat nutritious while I believe that as much as is reasonable. It is more responsible to eat. I tell you what. No. A nutritious diet. And then we're not repeating ourselves. There we go. So now we've got our intro. We know that we have considered everything and that we've given an opinion. While I believe that food should be enjoyed as much as is reasonable, it is more responsible to eat a nutritious diet because, you know, we have to look after ourselves. It is our responsibility to keep ourselves alive. Nobody else's. And eating pizza every day is going against that responsibility. So, body paragraph 1. So, body paragraph 1. Why is pizza great? It can be tempting to eat only the foods that make us feel good. Bread and cheese has long been the comfort of food of choice for many people, as it is easy to prepare and is very satisfying. A family who order a pizza, for example, will not only have a meal prepared for them by someone else, but can have an enjoyable evening of conversation around one of the world's most social meals. It is clear, therefore, why many people would give in to the impulse to order pizza more often than is considered healthy. Now, I don't expect you to express an idea like a native. That's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen. So but as you can see, I've still stuck to the 4 sentences. I've used a method of introducing the paragraph that incorporates what I'm talking about. I give a little bit more detail. I give it a real life example that backs it up. And then I explain. I give a summary. So you can see then, it's clear, isn't it obvious, the things that I've said, why people would feel that ordering pizza every day is fantastic. Because on the surface, superficially, it is. However, so body paragraph 2, the why is pizza bad? However, the human body requires an almost unimaginable variety of nutrients to function properly. As pizza does not meet these requirements, made a mistake. As pizza does not meet these requirements, anyone who continues to consume it on a regular basis could create serious health problems for themselves. For instance, a man in his 40s who has eaten pizza for at least half of his meals will most likely begin to suffer from conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or worse, stroke. The fact that this degree of pizza consumption poses serious health risks means that it should absolutely not be eaten regularly. Actually, I tell you what. On a regular basis. For variety. So there we go. Okay, so now we have a question, an intro, body paragraph 1, and body paragraph 2. And look at that. Those body paragraphs are almost exactly the same size, and I wasn't even trying. A bit of planning goes a very long way. So, now we just have to write a conclusion. So, to conclude... Regardless of the fact that pizza is an intensely enjoyable meal, people have a responsibility to exercise self-control. Given that people who do not tell you what, control themselves. Actually, no, wait. People who do not control themselves create additional responsibilities for others, such as medical professionals, and as such, okay, so to conclude, regardless of the fact that pizza is an intensely enjoyable meal, people have a responsibility to exercise self-control. People who fail to control themselves create additional responsibilities for others, such as medical professionals, and as such, eating pizza every day is harmful. Now pay attention there. That is the answer to this question. So the answer to the question is that eating pizza every day is harmful, not great. But in order to get to this point, we have to go through all of this to make sure that people believe us. Consider all of the ideas, explain them fully, and then conclude. But focus on answering the question only. And what you'll end up with, if you do a proper plan, is that a wonderfully balanced and on-point essay that would score a level 9. So I know you're not going to be able to do this straight away, but I think that by giving you a simple example like the pizza question and showing you exactly how I would do it, hopefully it will give you some hints and tips as to how to proceed. So very, very quickly. So as we can see, that's why it looks to me as if you started here, started writing, got to here and went, oh no, I'm running out of time. So in future, I want you to try the method where you plan your body paragraphs first, and then that will tell you what to say in your intro and your conclusion. Pick your examples appropriately, stick to one idea. You'll notice as well that when I was doing this, oh no, not that one, I did not choose all of the ideas here. When I wrote out the ideas for this, I chose wastefulness, expense, and health. But I chose to only talk about health. If I had gone on and on and on about waste and everything else, that paragraph would have been rubbish and it would have been ruined. If I want to talk about waste, I'm going to have to start another paragraph and do this. Or even this. If I want to explain something else, like the health, so I've explained the health crisis here. If I want to go on to talk about waste or expense, I would have to start a new paragraph. So remember that. Keep your paragraphs focused. Now, what I'm going to do... Oh, no. Okay. So I don't have your thing there, was it? So I'll share this correction with you, or this original one even, so that you can have a really good look at the text in it. If you would like to ask any questions about it, leave a comment in the document, and I will get back to you on it. Feel free to collaborate on the written part, and I'll give you as much help as I can. So I want you to use the correction that I've sent you, the original one, to help you to do your next essay. Rather than pointing out your mistakes here, what I would like to do is help you to realize how to become accurate and focused and precise and stylish. So we're going to keep doing it like this until you can produce a balanced essay with starting to show the signs of a level 7. Once you've done that, then I'll focus on the small errors like grammar, word choice, that sort of stuff. But for the meantime, please do, because this is now a 24-minute video, so please do get us your next essays over, and I will get onto those as soon as possible. Sorry again for the short delay on these ones. I hope you do learn a lot from it. Have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again soon.